Hello everyone, very good morning. This is Nikita here. So today I'm performing report or creating dashboard on call center dataset, which I have it here. So I'm going to provide you the link. So this is in SX form. This is in Excel form. So let us analyze the data first. So here you can see we have caller ID, agent names, date, time of the call, and the topics of about the call, and answered yes or no, whether the call been answered or no, and whether the call which has been answered, whether it is resolved or not by showing yes or no, why and no, and speed of answer in seconds, here it is, and average call duration, minutes in seconds, and hours. This is satisfaction rating. So these are satisfaction rating. So this is, we have the data set. So let us import the data from Excel to Power BI desktop. So let me go to the Power BI desktop here. Yeah, so as you know, this is in Excel SX form, that is Excel form. So let me go to the Excel workbook. I have it here. So let me import that. Yes, here you can see we have only one sheet. Select that sheet. Let us transform the data so that we can clean up the data. So it is taking us to the Power Query editor where we can structure the unstructured data. So as you know, we have here like almost 13 columns when you import it, and we have almost 1000 rows. So you can see it over here. So out of which we have to perform all these KPIs. So like clients are asking for all these KPIs which we need to perform as per their requirements. So let us go here. Let us analyze the data. As we know, we have caller ID, agent name, date, timings, topics about the calls, answered, resolved, speed of the calls in second, call duration, average talk duration, satisfaction rating. Then you can see all the null values after this. So what we can do is we have to just delete these columns because it is not necessary. We need it here because there is nothing in this, you could see. So let me delete. Control, select these three, right click, remove columns. Yes, and now here you can see null values. See, you have null values and it is showing error with the red mark. So what you can do is right click on the column. Here you can replace the value. So I want to replace the value from null to 0. So let me give null to 0 and press OK. See, you replace the value from null to 0. So here also we have error. You can see null values. Let me do this also, replace the values from null to 0. Okay, it's showing me error and the caution, enter a date type value. Oh, okay. So in that case, I guess we need to give it this in date format. Let me check. Null 000000. Yes. Click OK. Here you can see. Okay. So let me check. Yes, so we change the null values to 0, and which is in a date format, here you can see, and change the data type to time. So next here also you can see the a red line which indicates the error. Again, you can see null values here. Let me replace the null values from null to 0. Yes, we are done. And resolved, answered, topics. Okay, it's good to go now. There's no error. Okay, so as we change null values to 0, so now you can see it here. So yes, we did it. Then change the data types. Yes. So see, calculate total number of calls, create a new column to calculate total number of calls answered and total number of calls being rejected. And we need to calculate total percentage of calls being answered and total percentage of calls being rejected. Create a new column to calculate how many calls been resolved. Then create a new column to calculate how many calls been not resolved. And we need to find top one agent who answered maximum calls and top one agent who got highest satisfaction rate. Then we need to use the chart to display total number of calls by topic wise. So now we need to next have to show duration on calls by every agent and total calls by days and months for the year 2021. Use slicer to interactive with other charts by month and day wise. Yes. Then finally give the overall 2021 performance rating. Okay. Then yes. So we need to use suitable custom chart to show or give overall 2021 performance satisfaction rating. Okay, so these all the KPIs which we need to perform. So here, yes. So now we need to extract a date like by minutes separate column, second separate column, so that we can perform all these KPIs. So let me first separate the minutes from this average talk duration. Here you can see everything shows 12 hours, but there is a difference in minutes and hours, sorry, minutes and seconds. So let me extract that. How to do that? So select this, go to add column because we are creating a new column for the minutes, and let me go it here. So here I want to extract the timings. Okay, so yes, here you can see 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 2 minutes again, 0, nothing because there is no minutes, 1 minute, 3 minutes. Okay, now let me extract, go to add column again, extract the seconds. Here you can see the seconds, 23 second, 2 second, 11 second. Yes, as it is. So yes, as we extracted minutes out of this and the seconds separately. So let me check what else we can do it here in order to achieve all these KPIs. Okay. Yeah, so as we extracted minutes and seconds, so let us merge this and keep it in one column so that we can see how many minutes and the seconds. So let me go to add column and select these two, merge columns by giving colon because we are merging minutes and the seconds by giving colon. So let me click OK. Here it is, and you have to change the data type. See, it is changing to different hours. Let me go it here. Okay. Yes. So 2 minutes 23 seconds, 4 minutes 2 seconds, 2 minutes 11 seconds. So here it is. Yes. So choose duration. Yes, 0.0223. So minutes and hours. Yes, we changed. And here you can see resolved Y or no. So let me replace Y for resolved, N for not resolved. So in order to perform, so let me change y to yes. It says yes, that means resolved. N means no, not resolved. So let me replace the value again. So this is only the cleaning up the data in order to structure it. So let me place y to yes, resolved. Here it is, and n to not resolved. Okay, done. And here you can see we haven't changed the name of the merged column. Let me rename it duration on calls. Okay, so whatever changes has been made, it reflects over here to the applied steps. So these are the steps which we did it over here for our reference. So whichever we don't want to perform, we can just cancel it by clicking these into mark. So here it is, our data is all set, good to go in order to perform, calculate all the necessary requirements. So let us go to home, close and apply. Yes, it's loading into the Power BI desktop. Yes. Okay. Here it is. So this is the canvas area where we can perform the visualization, the last step. So let me go here. This is a data set which we imported. Okay. See here you can see calculate total number of calls. So we don't have separate column for the total number of columns. Sorry, total number of calls. So what we can do is we need to count the total number of calls being taken or calls being uh, found on that particular day. So here you can see answered yes or no. So by using this column, we can find out the total calls. So what I can do is let me use the DAX function here, that is new measure. So you need to count the total number of calls. So here I want to give total number of calls or total calls. You can keep it as simple as that. Total calls equals count. Count. See here you can see answered yes or no. Use this, close it, enter. Yes, total calls. The DAX function, the measure has been generated here. And let me change the sheet name, sheet 1, from sheet 1 to, let me keep this as call center performance. Okay. Yes, the sheet name being changed. So because whenever you're performing any DAX function, it is easy for you to use this instead of sheet 1, sheet 2. Okay, so whatever you want, you can keep it here, the page name. So let me keep performance, because call center performance is like we can give it as the dashboard name. So performance. So it's up to you. Okay, so changed. And yes, let me see. So we calculated total number of calls. And now create a new column to calculate total number of calls answered and total number of calls being rejected. So here you can see a column answered yes or no. So by out of which we need to know the separately how many calls been answered, how many calls been rejected. So yes, what I can do is use a new column, calls answered if if yes is equals to y, then we need a result as 1, else 0. Close it, enter. See, 0 says not answered, 1 says that means answered. See, these are the calls being answered. See, SSS 111. Okay, now I want to know how many calls been rejected. That means not answered. So let me create a new column again. Calls are not answered. Anything you can place it over here. Calls rejected. Okay, if is equals to n, then we want output as 1, else we want output as 0. Yes, calls answered, calls rejected. So these are the calls being rejected. So you can see, you can filter it. Okay, so let me place these two over here. Okay, let it be. So wherever you want, you can place it over. And next, as you can see, we need calculate total percentage of calls being answered and total percentage of calls being rejected. Yes, we can do it. Next, you can see create a new column to calculate how many calls been resolved and how many calls been not resolved. So here we can see a column which are resolved, which are not resolved. So let me use new column again in order to perform the calculation. Calls resolved if, again, if a resolution. Okay, here even we have result as a column name. Let me change the column name first because we'll get confused. Yes, let me rename this first. Resolution. Okay, so now it's easy for us to rectify. These are the calls resolved. Yes, use this. If resolution column from performance table is equals to resolved, then we want output as 1, else 0. See, calls resolved, calls not resolved. See, if this is resolved, then 1 or else 0. Likewise, let me do it for not resolved. How many? So let me add a new column, not resolved if performance table resolution column is equals to not resolved. Then we want output as 1, else 0. Close the bracket, enter. Here it is. Yeah, so these are the measures which we perform measures, and we have added few new columns in order to perform all these KPIs. So now it's good to go. We cleaned up the data. So we like structure the unstructured data. So let us create it here. Call center performance data. So what they are asking for, as you know, firstly they are asking to calculate the total number of calls, which we did it by using the count function. That is count function. So let me use the card over here. Where is total number of calls? Here it is. This is measure, which indicates the measure. Drag and drop it. Okay, it's showing me 5,000. Yes, total calls. Here we have total number of calls, overall calls 5,000. Place it over here. So let me go to format. This is as per wish, how much you want to keep, and wherever you want to place, you can do it here. Call out value, keeping it as 30, that is 5,000. And call out label, let me keep it a little bigger than this. I guess 10 is enough, or yeah, 11. Keep it bold. Let me keep this. So instead of this, what we can do is, in order to look nicer, so let me turn off this and let me go to title. Total calls, it looks good. So it's up to you. You can place it title, or if you want to do call out label, you can do it. Total calls, place it between, and I want that to be bold with white in color. And call out value, I want that in gold color. And yes, I want the background color. Go to effects, keep it black. I don't know why is it missing twice. Yes, total calls. So let me save it first. I'm saving it in my CP. Let me place. Okay, no problem. Let me place it here. Call center data, cloudy ML. Yes, name being changed. See, since they haven't asked total number of agent, but let me use that total number of agents so that it will be easy for others to check how many agents are there, overall agents. So let me use the card again. So I want to know how many agents. So let me use the agents. Here it is showing the first person. by the alphabet first name of the person. So let me use the count. Okay, I want the distinct. Yes, here it is. You can just format the painter and give the title total agents. Yes, now we have to calculate total calls has been answered and total calls has been rejected. So let me use the card. So let me use the column which we created. Calls answered. Yes, 4054 calls been answered out of 5000. So here is the result. Let me use format painter for this. Give the title total calls answered. Now I want to know total calls been rejected. Use the card. Calls rejected. Yes, 946 calls been rejected out of 5000. So use the format painter. Go to title. Give the title total calls rejected. Let me save it. Now you can see here. Now we have to calculate total percentage of calls being answered and total percentage of calls being rejected. In order to do that, let me use a measure to calculate. So let me do the first sum of calls answered and sum of calls rejected. So percentage of calls answered equals sum of, sorry, give the name as total calls answered. As per your convenient, give the name of the measure. So sum of total calls answered. Yes, we created a measure here and then again create total calls rejected. Calls rejected. Sum of calls rejected. Close the bracket. Enter. I'm just checking. I do see two measures over here. Let me delete one among these. Yes, let me do it again. Total calls rejected. Sum of calls rejected. Enter. Yes, we have total calls being answered, total calls being rejected. Now I want to calculate the percentage of total calls answered. So to do that, again use the measure. So here we use divide function. Percentage of calls answered. So divide. Keep the numerator as total calls answered, comma, total calls, comma 0, bracket close, enter. Here we created, and now we need to create one more measure. Percentage of total percentage calls are rejected. Divide numerator as total calls answered, comma, total calls, comma 0, enter. Yes, we created here. Let me use the chart to perform this. Yes. So let me go here. Here, see, we created a measure, but mostly like here we haven't changed it to percentage. So here we have an option, measure tools. Click on this so that it will convert into percentage, and this one you can keep it as much as you want, like decimal places. I want to keep it as much as less as possible, so I'm keeping it as 1. So go here now. See, you can see 81.1% of calls being answered. So this is the answer we wanted to get it. So here it is. So let me use the format painter. So use the title, calls answered. Now we want to calculate again calls rejected. So here again we are getting 0.81. For that again you need to go here, go calls rejected, use the percentage symbol and give the decimal places as 1 or 2. Calls been rejected. Calls rejected, total calls, this one. So yes, as you can see, we are getting the same answer for calls answered, calls rejected. Why? Because let me check the formula for calls reject. See here we use calls answered. So that's the reason we are getting the wrong answer. So make sure that you are using the proper numerator. So total calls rejected, use the percentage and decimal place as 1, enter. Let me try it now. Here it is. So this is the answer we wanted to get it, and that is 18.9% calls being rejected. So make sure that always whenever you are creating a measure, you are giving a proper numerator and denominator. So see for divide function. So here for calls answered, what we did is percentage of calls answered divide total calls answered by total calls. For this, total calls rejected by total calls. So here is the answer. So let me use the format painter for this and give the title percentage of calls rejected. Yes. Let me save. Okay. Here, as we created all these, now let me go to the next one. Create a new column to calculate how many calls been resolved, and create a new column to calculate how many calls been not resolved. As you can see here, we have already created a column, calls answered and calls rejected, by using the if condition statement. If the answer yes or no column says y, then place 1 for calls answered, and if answered y or no column says no, that is n, then output should be 1. By using this formula we calculated calls answered, calls rejected. So let me use a chart over here to show the output for this. So as you know, we calculated total calls answered, total calls rejected, and also we calculated the percentage. So as you know, we need to know now total calls resolved total calls not been resolved. As you can see, that also we have calculated by using the column. So see, if the resolution, see here, if this resolution says resolved, then we want the output as 1, else we want the output as not resolved. Here it is. If it is not resolved, then 1. So here is the answer. Calls resolved, calls not resolved. So let me use a chart for this, column chart. Calls answered, sorry, calls resolved. Yes, so we wanted to know total calls resolved. So for this, actually we need to use total calls by resolution, as we have already look. See here, how many calls are resolved, how many calls are not resolved. So let me go to format, change this to white in color, and y-axis also in white color, and I don't want grid lines, let me turn it off, and I want columns to be in golden color. Yes, here it is, call total calls by resolution, that is these many calls resolved, these many calls not resolved. Let me use the labels for this in order to make it better understandment. Turn it on, go here, options, tell values. I want this in white in color. And I want this position to be inside end. Yes, and give it as bold. Yes. See, since we have here 3.6k calls being resolved, that is 33,646, and calls being not resolved, that is 1,354 calls being not resolved. So in this case, we are understanding better here. So let me go ahead and turn off the y-axis. Yes. So it looks better now. You can place it wherever you wanted to. Now you can see here we need to perform top one agent who got highest satisfaction rate and top one agent who answered maximum calls. So we want to know who is that person who answered maximum calls out of 5,000 calls which they have got it. So let me take a card here. So I want to know the agent name. So pull the agent name here, the first agent which is it's showing. So let me take agent name again here. So I want to know top one agent. So top one by giving the value of highest calls, that is calls answered. How many calls answered? Apply. So here it is. So Jim is the person who received or who answered maximum calls. He is the person who answered maximum calls. He's the top one person. So let me use format painter. And give the title highest calls answered. And as you know, now we want to know top one agent who got highest satisfaction rate. Use the card again. I want to know the agent. Place the agent over here. Top one by highest satisfaction rate. give the average, apply. Yes, Dan is the person who given us the highest satisfaction rate. He's the top one per customer. I'm sorry, top one agent. So use the format painter, give the title. So you can give average satisfaction rate out of everyone. Satisfaction rating, rate or rating, whichever you prefer to. Save this. Now use a chart to display total number of calls by topic wise. So they are asking us to show the total number of calls by topic. And for this, in order to perform, I'm using funnel chart because we have only 5 to 6 topics. So it would be nice to make it better understand. So I'm using total calls which we calculated by using measures. So we want to know total calls by topic wise. So we have already have the topic column. So use that topic column as a category. So see, and give the labels so it is easy to understand. Use the format painter. I want the label values to be visible. Yes, category labels. And I don't want to show convention like conversation rate, so I'm turning it off. And I want to give the labels also. Mm. Oh, here it is, data labels inside, no, inside, okay, center. See, here we have a total calls by topic, but I want to know the labels also because it is easy to understand. But when we are using data labels, say, giving it as black in color, still it is not showing up because we don't have enough space and it is not taking as data labels. So you can use a column chart in order to show it in respective and beautiful manner. So present it. So whenever you are choosing a chart, it should be relevant and it should give a proper insight and informative information to the clients. So I'm using a column chart for this or bar chart. Anything is fine. So I'm using bar chart. Okay. Topic wise, I want total calls. So here it is and use the label. Before that, use the format painter. Yes, you can see here. See, streaming, technical support, payment related, admin support, contract related. These are the topics of the calls. And for streaming, we received 1022 calls, and for technical support, we received 1019, and for payment related, we received 1007, and admin support, we received 976 calls. Contract related, we received 976 calls. So these are the calls we received by topic wise. So let me place it over here, save it. Yes, And now we want to know duration on calls by every agent, each and every agent, how many calls they have taken for a call. So we want to know duration of every agent. Agents are 6 members, so you can use any chart like bar chart, column chart, funnel chart. So I'm using it here, column chart again. So I want to know call duration by agent voice. Let me use format painter. See, so Jim 85, Dan 84, Martha 80, Greg 79, Becky 79, Deanne 76, Joe 75, and Stewart 75. These are the calls on sum of call duration on the every agent. And if you want, you can use x-axis, y-axis. So I'm using y-axis and x-axis too. Let me place it here. So now we calculated or we displayed duration on calls by every agent. Now I want to know total calls by days and months for year 2021. So here I'm using area chart, which looks good for this. You can use even line chart too. Since we have a date and the month, so it is better to go for either area chart or the line chart. So total calls, and we want to know by date, that is month and the day wise. So I don't want quarter, I don't want year. Mm, Let me check. Total calls, okay. Let me use the format painter. Okay, so let me go ahead and change. So I want to know month wise, okay. Let me use the x-axis and the y-axis as it is showing like this. So let me keep the range for it. Minimum starts from 0 and maximum let me keep as 2000. Okay. Mm, And I want labels. Make it as markers so that you can check the marker over here on exact point 1772. This is 1616 for February, and for March you have 1612. Okay, using data labels too, but let me make it small. I guess this must be fine. Yes, here you can see we have given the range from 0 to 2000, and for month of January we got total calls of 1772, and in the month of February we got 1616 calls, and for the month of March we got 1612 calls. Let me save this. Yes, this is the area chart where this area, whichever the calls being answered as per the um, calls range, it's been highlighted. So let me use this color as gold. Shade color, no colors. Yes, now this looks good. Let me adjust it later. Let me do this first. Okay. So as we performed the months for the year 2021, if you want, you can add on the dates also. Next, use the slicer to interact with other charts by month and the day wise. So for this, we need to use a slicers to show the month wise. Here is the slicer. Give the date hierarchy. And I want to change the orientation. Uh, Let me keep it as horizontal or vertical. Anything is fine. Okay. Yes, here it is. And as you can see here, we have only 3 months, Jan, Feb, March, but we are getting all the months for 2021 which we are not needed for. So for this you can filter it only for January, February, March. So for to do that, let me go to the filters. Let me uncheck April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So here you can see we have now only January, February, March, which we wanted, because whenever you are clicking on the particular January data, if you wanted to know, then you can select this January by clicking checkbox, and you can see the result to how many total calls we have received on that particular month, and total calls by resolution, by topic wise, and who is the highest calls answered person, top 1%, and who is the top 1% for average satisfaction rate, and sum of all, like duration of the course, everything you can check. So in order to make it easier for clients, we are using 3 months because we have only 3 months data for 2021. So I have just filtered it over here, and let me use the orientation as horizontal, and let me place. Okay, you can adjust it later. Yes. Okay, so this is for January month. You can, by clicking on this box, you can check for other information. By clicking on this February, you can go through this, and by clicking on March month, you can check for the results. This is how you play around with the charts. Okay, so to make it neat, in order to uh, comparatively other charts, in order to match it, so let me change this tile color also to golden color. Let me select the slicer, go here, go to values, you can see the background color. Let me select this, yes, and let me use this labels as white in color. Let me select this first. The values I wanted in white in color, and you can increase the size. If you want, you can keep it bold. Okay, let me save it. Okay, so as we use the slicers to show the month, and finally we have to give the overall performance rating for the month for the year of 2021. and also use any suitable custom chart to show overall 2021 performance satisfaction rating. Okay, we'll do that. First, let me do for this. Finally, give the overall 2021 performance rating. And also before that, you can see we have used slicer to show the month-wise data, but I also want to use the slicer for the date-wise, where we already have the date also, as you can see 1, 4, 3 January, and also I want to make it proper report, so use a slicer, and also they wanted to see also see day-wise slicer. So let me use a slicer here. If you want, you can add here only, but to make it more clear for the clients, to make it understand better, so I'm using another slicer. However, we have a space over here. So let me use a slicer and use the date hierarchy. Yes. See, from Jan 1st, 2021 to 31st March 2021, we have it here. By sliding this front and backwards, you can see the changes on the charts. See, so wherever you wanted to place and check, you can do that by using this slicer. I'm using format painter. Let me go here and change this font color to white. Okay, and the values I wanted in white in color. Yes. Now I want to use the custom chart to show the performance rating, satisfaction rating, overall satisfaction rating for the year 2021. So for that, let me use any custom chart. So I prefer to give 5-star rating. So for that 5-star rating, if I'm using, then it is very much helpful and useful for the agents as well as the clients, whoever working for that particular call center, to improve their calls answering skills, resolving skills, everything for the upcoming year or upcoming months. So I prefer to use a star custom chart so that we can get to know overall stars for 2021, how much for satisfaction rate has been given, so or has been uh, achieved. So to get more visuals, click on these three dots. So yes, as you wanted to create like overall performance ratings, like satisfaction performance rating for the year 2021, as they told you to use custom chart for satisfaction rating. So for that, what you have to do is you have to click on this get more visuals, and you use get more visuals here. So give the your Microsoft account, email address, then the password, then click OK. Then you can find the visuals whichever you wanted to use it for this particular ratings to show up. But I would prefer you to use there is a visual called rating visual by TME someone. So you can download that visual in order to show 5-star rating. So out of 5-star overall for 2021, what is the average satisfaction rating that particular company received or achieved it. So for that, you can use that particular rating visual. Here I could not do it because there is some restriction in order to use this custom chart. So I have to get the access from the company in order to use the email address. So by your end, you can do it. It's a simple way to get it. So once you download, it will show up here. Use that and give the value as satisfaction rating, average satisfaction rating. So I'll show you once this is done. I have already used it previously, but unfortunately now I'm unable to use it. So however, I have already told you how to download and how to use it here, and what visual do we need to use for this part to show this star rating. Okay. I hope everyone understood. So these are the information, or these are the chats, or these are the insight details which client wanted us to perform by using DAX function, by using measures, by creating a new columns, and we performed all required needful um, KPIs. So we can give like extra add-on chats also to make it better understandment. So for that I'm using pie chart in order to show agent wise calls answered. So I want to know agent wise calls answered out of 4054. So I'm using a pie chart. So let me give a agent. However, we have only 8 agents. So I'm giving agent name and calls answered. Use format painter. Okay. So I'm giving all details. I wanted to know all details, the values. Okay, I don't want legends to be shown here. Okay, colors are everything is matching. If you want, you can change the colors for each and every agent by using the slices from the visual. Let me give this 10. Here you can see Stewart. Overall 477 calls answered and with percentage of 11.77, and Becky 517. Likewise for every customer you can see it here, or every agent. If you want you can still reduce the size. Let me adjust the charts. So I'm adjusting size, so wherever you want to place it to make it beautiful chart or beautiful report, you can do that. It totally depends on you how you want it to present, or how you want to present. Now here I also want to know the total number of calls been rejected by every agent, how we calculated total number of calls being answered by every agent. So I want to likewise I want to do for calls rejected. Let me change the title over here. Calls answered by agent. For that I'm using a donut chart. Let me use donut chart. We want agent plus calls rejected. Okay. Yes. So I'm just adjusting. Okay, don't know why is it giving me twice. Okay, let me place this over here. Let me bring this here. And the Dan comes here. Okay. I want to just increase the Dan size. Call out value size. Similarly goes with this. And for all this, you can use flat icons from the Google in order to show some icons on it. So let me do that. If you want, you can do it. If you don't want, it's up to you how you want it to present. Okay. All right. Done. Yes, this is the report which we generated. Now we have to give the title for it. Let me use text box. And I want the title as call center performance report. Make it bold. Increase the size. Let me increase little size. Okay. Okay. Place wherever you want to place it. The title. And I want this color to be in white. Okay, and I want background color as black. Yes, and you can change the font if you want to. Okay. Yes, call center performance report, and change the background color. Okay. All right. So this is the report which we generated, and you can see overall calls we have so and so, and here you can see the calls answered by agent and some of calls rejected by agent. Let me change the title, calls rejected by agents. Okay, let me save it. Let me change this title also, highest satisfaction rate, because Dan is the highest satisfaction rate top one performer. Just hope everyone liked it and created the same chat along with me. uh, it's up to you, like whichever the filters, whichever the formats you want to use, you can use it, but end of the day eventually we need the result as client wanted to show or client wanted to know about it. So yes, this is the report which I created. If you want, you can also use flat icons from the Google. You can download the pictures, images to place it wherever you want to show it in order to look more beautiful in the dashboard and or the report. So yes, hope everyone understood and did the same with me. Thank you so much.